Juvenile Fillies turf time, and really, this was a one-horse show. It really was. A field of 14, you can take a look. 3-5 on newspaper of record for Chad Brown, Arad Ortiz Jr. with the ride. This is a filly that, in 2 lifetime starts, has looked sensational. She had looked very, very similar to a horse like Lady Eli as a 2-year-old, and she figured to at least... Look, she was going to take some beating in here, but I don't think anyone could have anticipated what you got from her. There were some solid runners in here, and they were all absolutely humbled. Here's the stretch run of the Juvenile Fillies turf.
Ortiz Jr. has not even moved a muscle. They're into the stretch with newspaper of record now set down, and she explodes with power once again with 1 furlong to go. And then it's Stellar Agent on the inside, followed by Concrete Rose. They're coming down to the 16th pole, and it's newspaper of record. Stop the presses. This is one fabulous filly. Oh, she won it by 7 lengths as East got second late.
Newspaper of record wins by almost 7 lengths, geared down for the final 1/8 of a mile. She gets the job done at odds of 3-5 over East, who I thought ran quite well, coming from well off the pace and coming from that far outside draw to run second at 12-1. And Stellar Agent runs third at odds of 71-1, the longest shot on the board. Rounds out your trifecta. If you played it for 50 cents, comes back just under $280. Let's talk about newspaper of record. She's a perfect 3 for 3, over $700,000 in career earnings. Owned by Clarovich Stables Incorporated, trained by Chad Brown, bred by Times of Wigan Limited in Ireland. Ridden to victory by Arad Ortiz Jr. in the pedigree at the bottom of the horse card. She's by Lope de Vega out of a Holy Roman Emperor mare named Sunday Times. 94 Beyer speed figure, 115 time form US rating for newspaper of record, in an absolutely spectacular performance. In my opinion, the performance of the weekend, more so than Enable, more so than Accelerate, more so than Roy H. No disrespect to any of those. They were all great. Newspaper of record was phenomenal. She went out there. She set the fractions, 24, 48, and 2, 13, and 3 for 3/4, stopped the clock in 39. Stopping the clock in 39 doesn't sound all that great, considering it's a mile, but over this kind of ground. And when you look and see at the come-home times for the rest of this field, let's use East, because East was the one that came from the farthest back. She was a true confirmed one-run closer. She came home in 32.74, and she was passing horses. Newspaper of record, geared down, came home in 32.14. I mean, we're talking lengths faster, and she wasn't being asked at the end of it. Chad even alluded to the fact that this could be a horse that he could send over to Europe. We've never seen Chad do that. He said he's been waiting. This might be the filly. She is spectacular. I had some dope on Twitter come to me and say, she didn't beat anything. Now you're just being a dummy. What are you doing? If you can't appreciate what you saw from this girl on Friday afternoon, then you really are in the wrong you're in the wrong sport. That was an exceptional performance from an exceptional talent. The only thing I would throw out there at this point, if you are looking for any sort of question, it's not a knock, it's a question. All 3 of her victories have come on ground with cut in it. Is she as effective over firm going, or will she be as effective over firm going? I have no reason to think that she won't be, but it is something to keep in the back of your mind. I think she is phenomenal. I think she's going to take a serious amount of votes for the Eclipse Award for 2-year-old champion. I'm not going to speak one way or the other on which way I'm going to go, because I still have time to consider that. The only thing I know for certain is Accelerate for me is Horse of the Year, but newspaper of record is fantastic. The rest of this field, I didn't think there was really anything as far as tough trips are concerned. I think much of this, if you can excuse some of these performances because some of the girls just simply didn't handle the ground, I think East is going to be another filly that's going to be very talented over in Europe next year as a 3-year-old. But my goodness, you want to talk about arguably the most exciting horse, I think, going forward. Older horses, distances, surfaces, genders, doesn't matter. I think the most exciting horse going forward into 2019, in my opinion, is newspaper of record. She was fantastic winning the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies turf this year. She gets the job done with a 94 Beyer speed figure and a 115 time form US rating.